Good morning, afternoon, night, everyone. Kaito here, and welcome back to another. Alright, sorry, I was looking at something. Welcome back to another live stream of Dynasty Warriors 2. This time we're going to be doing Taishi Sai. Not Taishi Si. That's how I always pronounce his name. I don't know if that's correct. Taishi Sai. I guess I could look it up on Google while I'm here. Let's see. We all know Google's always correct. How to pronounce Taishi Sai. Okay, Taishi Si is typically pronounced Taishi Sa. Mandarin, more accurate, or Taishi Si according to the Western media. Tai sounds like Tai, rhymes with sky. She sounds like she or sh. Taisha Sa. And Si pronounced like Sa. Sa. Taishi Sa. Okay, so according to Google, if I could read it right, Taishi Sa. Alright, so pronounce ch, tsuh, like ts in cats, followed by a short sa, 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 taishi sa, taishi sa. Anyways, I'm just gonna pronounce him Taishi Si. That's just how I always been able to. That's how I've always said it. It's gonna be hard to pronounce Taishi Sa, but yeah. Let's see. Action required. Frames dropped. Okay. Well, that's gonna be happening more than once. So let's just get on with it. Did I send him the message? Yes.
The time for change is upon us. The time of the Blue Dragon is over. Let all who believe wear my symbol upon their heads. Let them fight by my side. The Yellow Dragon is come.
In the spring of the year 184, Zhang Jiao raised the Chinese people against the decadent and corrupt Han Dynasty. Followers of Zhang proudly wore yellow cloths around their heads. Thus was born the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The beleaguered Han sent out their call for help and ordered a campaign against the Yellow Turbans, who numbered in the hundreds of thousands. From all across the country, brave men and women stood to answer this call of duty. Their stories, their legends are about to begin.
Alright. Let's go into the battle. I can't wait. I'm actually. I can't really say I'm that excited. I do like Taishi Sa. Frames dropped again. Whatever. They're gonna keep dropping. But I do like Taishi Si. Not one of my top favorite characters, but I mean he was fun to play with when we were playing Dynasty Warriors back when I was younger. He was fun. I don't think I ever got his ultimate weapon. Oh, I always forgot to do the little we can practice on them. One uppercut, downward cut, and then the three. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I kind of remember this move. Kinda, not really. I it makes sense that he would do that. What are his weapons? Like, do they have a specific name? In real life, the frame drops thing is getting rid of it because you see red on the bottom of my screen and it's annoying. And so, like, do these names have a weapon? So, like, like Sensei's tonfas, like they're called tonfas. Are these just like rods? Oh no. I might have not gotten the kill, but I have at least collected the rewards. I did not look at his skill list, so I didn't know if he was proficient in anything. It's like how Lu Xun has got so much attack towards the end. I don't know. Well, I mean, that's towards the end. Even towards the beginning, his stat was pretty spread out. Or not spread out. His everything else was pretty even. Like nothing was more than the other. Damn. Like nothing was more above than the other. It was only towards the end where his attack just skyrocketed. But I mean, he was good for attack, but not really defense. So that's kind of like, I get the downside, I guess, of all that. We are gonna jump. I don't really care too much for this horse. Let's go up right here. Leave it. Get back here. There we go. You're gonna drop anything or not? Okay, you did. You dropped some arrows. Alright, and now. Alright. Oh. There we go. Now I can jump off. Not really sure what to talk about because. And what is there to talk about Taishi? I mean, I didn't really do much today, anyways. I went to the doctor. I had Taco Tuesday. Oh, let's check out his special. What's his special? I don't remember his special. Okay, I do remember his special now. That special I remember I did not like it all that much because it's not real range. It's short range, so it's kind of hard to get like lots of people with that. But the thing is, maybe while I can't get lots of people, maybe I can juggle people faster or easier. If I get the 50 up, do my bodyguards get it? Or are they left in the dark? Questions I have no answers to. I was gonna say questions I have the answers to, but I don't have the answers to. Questions I want the answers to is what I wanted to say. I am actually a bit happy today because I was working on a song and I just finished it. Again, when I talk about this, it's like when I say finish, I mean like finish in the permanent draft. So like I'm finished with it. I just gotta have or want to have an actual person who writes songs go over it, tell me what I can change, what I can make better, and once they're done with it, then it could be actually complete. So I have all the songs. I have the reference materials for, so I can review it later, right? So like they all have, like all the songs are in the work in progress stage. So before I started working on the songs, I took all the information I needed. I looked at videos. I filled out my own personal sheets, reference sheets, and just next video, until I was done. And once I was done, I left it in the respective folder. So once I have time, and everything will be ready. So all I have to do is just open up the file. See, that's what I mean. He just sent them back. It's like every hit sends everyone back, so it's not really a and that's not really a juggle kind of thing. So his special, Taishi's special is more like I feel like it's more of a crowd control, kind of like getting them out of the way instead of like just killing them, pushing them out of the way. Anyways. So I was saying, so like all the songs are that kind of work in progress. Then I start working on it. When I finish the song, I go to the next one. I get the the formula. That's what I'm gonna call it, just formula. It's just how I want, like how I want to tell the story. And you know, again, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, and stuff like that. So like how I want the structure to be, and I'll start writing on it, or I'll start writing the song, and then I'll go line for line. I'm like, okay, what do I want here? All right, I want this. All right, I want this. Okay, let's see, what kind of words can I put here, etc. It's not a super long process, but it is a tedious process. So, but once that's done, are they inside? Oh, they are inside. I never even saw when they opened this. Well, I don't recall when they opened it. So it's a tedious process, but you know what? Once you get the flow in it, you know, I think it's really good. Again, I'm not going for perfect. I'm just going for my satisfaction. I want to have something there, right? So that's why it's not that hard. Like if I was trying to do it, like if I was professional, I'm probably sure it would be a lot harder. But because I'm still new at it, I'm not too worried about like if oh, maybe this does not flow right now. Maybe it could flow right once someone else works on it, and they say, hey, you know, this doesn't flow right. And oh, okay, well, how can we brainstorm? You know, like, because I would like to still be a part of the process. I don't just want someone to do it without me being involved, right? Like, I don't want to hand it to a person and then they'll give it back and say, okay, here you go. Like, that's not what I want. I want to work on it. Okay, like, all right, what meaning do you want here? Oh, like, I want the meaning of dread, for example. Like, oh, I want the meaning of dread right here. Okay, we could a meaning for dread. Okay, we could do this. Like, I like that. Well, how about what if we do this? I'm like, I mean, that's not what I would go with, but maybe it could work, and you know, stuff like that, where we just like brainstorm. But anyways, all that just to say, like professionally, it might not be good, but for me, I think it's good. Finally. But the song I just finished, when I finished it, I'm like, and when I finished the line, I was singing it in my head. I'm like, all right, how do I want this song? And I'm just singing it to myself. And like, okay, like sometimes I give it an existing beat, like in my head. Like I'll play, let's say, they just say I play "Don't Stop Believing" in my head, and I just sing it just to see if it flows right. Not necessarily that's how it's gonna be sung or that's how it's gonna go. Just so if it sounds right. You know, no hope to overcome. No blade. No. I can actually pull up. I have it right here. I still have it open. I don't want to sing the chorus because it gives it away. What's the part that I was thinking of? Let's see. I know what part I want. Here we go. Now my frames are dropping like crazy. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frame drops. Notifications. There's the part. Alright. Through smoke and ash, the truth was carved, as all was lost to flame. His power falls not from a blade, but from a trusted name. So kind of like that is what I mean. Like I'll sing it in my head, just give it a random beat. Again, through smoke and ash, why'd I say ass? Through smoke and ash, the truth was carved, as all was lost to flame. His power falls not from a blade, but from a trusted name. So that's what I do with when I finish it. I just go over it, like kind of if I'm singing it, just give it any melody really, just to sing it and see if it flows right. And again, I'm not an expert at this, so if it does not flow right, well, I mean, I'm not really gonna know until someone else tells me. Okay, that was taken over. Um, I could say what I was working. I mean, you know what I was working on, but you don't know what battle I was working on. It does have to do with Samurai Warriors, though. Because again, I already finished Dynasty Warriors, the album for that. Albums in air quotes. And I'm working on Samurai Warriors now. I am... hold on. I gotta... Let me open up... Not the tab, but... Let's see... 4 more songs to go. It's actually more than that, because I do want to write... I do kind of want to write 2 different songs. That... I don't want to say it's not part of the album. But it's more of... more like bonuses. Finally, give me this. Like, I'm so glad I'm doing Taishi sub right now because these weapons I can't handle. It's the special I can't handle. The weapons are not too bad. It's the special I can't handle. When you hit somebody, you just send them away. Like I didn't want to send that guy away. I just try to hopefully see if that will maybe do enough damage to combo him. And I gambled because if it didn't, he was gonna wake up with more health. I don't know if he got health because I couldn't see, but that's what I mean when I say these weapons are for like crowd control. That just like they just push everyone away. So like if you need space to breathe, use the special. So it'll be good for like Lu Bu if you want to send him away. And that's pretty much it. Like damage wise, it's not really gonna be that good. I don't know why my frames are dropping. I mean, there's nothing different from. There's nothing different from last night to this night. I like how I went the other way instead of this way. I don't know. But all I know is I will be happy once Taishi Sut is over. Oh, while learning, when looking up some extra information about Samurai Warriors, I discovered some stuff about Nobunaga Oda that I did not know before, and it was interesting to read because like surprising how much I like Samurai Warriors and how much I thought I knew. It turns out I knew very, very little than what I thought I knew. So there was that was not really a shock. It was just mind blowing, I guess. You thought you knew something, but you didn't. And the thing I'm talking about is Shundo. I think that I'm pronouncing it right. If you know, you know. I don't know if I can say what it is on Twitch. So if you want to look it up, you can look it up. But it's basically like, say it in a way where I can't get, say it in a way that like probably won't break TOS. I'll say it's when the samurai gets takes someone under their wing, basically. And because technically that's right. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying it's not wrong when you say that, taken under their wing, but it's more stuff that's involved with that. So it's not just necessarily just taking someone under your wing, you know. It involves other stuff. But yeah. So Nobunaga is one of the more popular examples, and not the only one. A lot of samurais did it apparently. Warlords. Ieyasu Tokugawa apparently did it too. Uh, pra- is it called practicing Shundo or just I don't know? See, practicing Shundo does not sound right. Like it sounds like it's like an activity. It's more just like instead of just like taking someone under your wing. And again, it's more than that. It's not just that. So I don't know. I'm confluffled. Ugh. Oh yeah, and now I was also learning about a character I liked in Samurai Warriors, introducing Samurai Warriors 3. I wanted to know more about them, like if they were based off of a real person, because um, when I was doing all this research, there was something I wanted to look up before, and it was it the kunoichis of the Sanada clan or something like that. Alright, so supposedly, I recall hearing that the Sanada clan had like kunoichis working under them, something like that. Uh, Upon further investigation, it wasn't the Sanada specifically that had that. It was the Takeda, and but how the close relationship the Sanada and the Takeda were, it wouldn't be surprising if the Sanada had like their own assigned group, I guess you could say, of the kunoichis. And I recall in Samurai Warriors 1, there was a character called Kunoichi who was basically like Yukimura's shadow. And so I was looking up to see if that was real. Stream's reconnecting, so I'm just paused in, just waiting for a bit. Actually, I lost internet connection, but everything's still being recorded, so that's why I'm waiting. I don't know how we lost power. Like internet power, not power. Uh, can I reconnect you manually? Hello? Hmm. Well, I'm assuming everything's being recorded, so I'm just gonna. Once I finish this, I'm just gonna. I'll keep going and just stop the stream until. And maybe stream tomorrow and finish Taishi and the second character. It sucks because I was actually planning on doing two characters today. But, I mean, if I can't, I can't. There's nothing I can really do about that. So, I mean, the battle was almost over, so I can finish it pretty quickly. Alright, so I'm just going to finish the battle. Again, my live feed cut, but I'm, I'm, I'm supposedly still recording this, so worst case scenario, I could just restart again. Once this is all done, I could just look at the VOD back, and if it does not record, I'll just restream it again tomorrow. Like, it sucks again because I was hoping to do 2 characters. I started a bit early, so I don't know why. Everything just disconnected. Let me message my sister actually and see. Usually when the internet goes out, she could look at to see why. Like if it was like a blackout. I don't know how to do all that. Again, I'm not good with technology. She is. So I'll just finish up and then just end the stream because, again, I literally do have no internet right now. But it's still, I'm still recording. So the same well, it says right there, reconnecting. But at the bottom, it says recording. So I'll finish this and then just end recording. And if everything did go well, when I start tomorrow, I can just start from Hulao Gate. Oh, I didn't mention this. I did go to free mode. I cannot back out, so that's why you didn't see it. I cannot back out from free mode. But yeah, I got Diao Chan, Dong Zhuo, Yuan Shao? No. Yuan Shou? The guy who you fight at Guandu. When not South, the other guy. And this guy, Zheng Jiao. So they're all unlocked. The only person that's not unlocked is Lu Bu, unless there's other people that you can unlock. And that's because I gotta get 1,000 kills in Hulao Gate. So. Internet's still not back. Usually, if the internet goes out, I'm guessing there's like an outage somewhere. And what sucks is I can't really, I can't use the internet to look up my information to do the rest of the songs. Like I said, I got general information, but I want more. Of course, I look up for more information. If I want to look at specific things, like, okay, well, I want this specific thing. I didn't get it, or I didn't find it in this video. So how can I look it up? I mean, I guess on my phone? I can't even watch YouTube now that I think about it. Well, I guess on my phone I can watch it. Damn, my bodyguard died in battle. Couldn't it have waited a few seconds? No, I guess I'm gonna play Pokemon when I'm just chilling in bed. Again, worst case scenario, I could just start a new game. I'm thinking about what to do with others because I said I'm probably gonna do 5 battles, but at the same time, that might be too long. How many maps are there? There's 5 maps, and everyone has one unique map. All other maps are okay. So that's 5. So 7 maps from the sound of it. 7 divided by 5 does not go well. So I guess 2 battles each. I could do 2 battles each, and that should cover all of other instead of just doing 5 battles. Because I mean, they're not that important. They don't have their own story mode, nothing. It's not like I'm playing Extreme Legends, so I'll probably just do 2 battles each and then do that because I don't really care about them being strong. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Still, we'll see what happens. Oh, that pose. Look at this girl. Check it out. Anyways, I'll let everything play just in case. Hulao Gate.
We cannot overlook the tyranny of Dong Zhuo. The time has come to destroy this traitor. Right shall prevail. Attack!
You pitiful fools.
I'm not gonna do the background. I'll do that. And if you see this, when I start next stream, if you see this screen right here, is that everything was recorded off screen, so it should be fine. If you don't see this, well, you're never gonna see this video. So, but that means it did not record. I'm just re-recording. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Again, my internet went out for some reason, but thank you for watching. Peace, bye. Peace, love, and bye bye.
Want me to have King do all the work?
Alright. Oh. Good morning at the end, everyone. Kaito here, and welcome back to the continuation of previous stream where I lost internet connection when I was right in the middle of the battle of Taishi. Apparently we didn't have a blackout. It was just a connection error on my end. Apparently the little thing I have on the back of my PC that to get myself internet, it didn't get unplugged. It just like stopped working. Not like stopped like it was not stop working like it went bad. It was just like it was just having trouble connecting, and I just had to restart that. And so I didn't figure that out until like 2 hours after I stopped streaming. I'm just waiting, and I'm like, why isn't it usually like my sister said that the internet connection's good, so I'm like, okay. But like she was asleep, so she woke up, saw that, and then just started saying, hey, you know, the internet's good. I'm like, I came back, and okay, it's not working. So then I started working it on my end, and then that's how I discovered it. So by the time I could have streamed, it was already like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was not going to stream for another 30 minutes just before I go to sleep. I actually, like I mentioned this yesterday, I was going to play on my Switch, and I was playing Switch on my Switch. I was playing Pokemon Leaf Green. I actually fell asleep in the middle of the game. So luckily I had the Switch connected, so it didn't die. But I woke up like at 5 in the morning to go pee, and I noticed it was still on, so I just turned it off, disconnected it, and connected my phone because, well, right? So that's what happened. So yeah, if I did stream, and that was like around 2 o'clock. So if I did stream, well, once I got the internet back, I probably would have fell asleep on stream. So without further ado, let's just do the background so we can continue. Oh, I checked, and all the recording did save, so that's a plus. I actually could have recorded all of Taishi, and
The campaign against the Yellow Rebels was successful. However, the hard-won peace was short-lived. Emperor Ling died, and the land was once again plunged into war. One man clawed his way to the top during this time of turmoil. His name was Dong Jiu. Dong seized control of the armies and enlisted as his personal bodyguard the fierce Lu Bu. Secure in this power, he began his own despotic rule. Han loyalists determined to end the depravity of Dong Jiu. They gathered their forces into a strong alliance and chose Yuan Shao to lead them. In 191, the two forces met at the impregnable Hu Lao Gate. The battle to save the Han was once again about to begin.
alright, I apologize for that. I didn't mean to hit that button. I was actually gonna say something, and I hit X on accident, and it did the background. But yeah, so I could have like just done all of Taishi, but it wouldn't have been on Twitch. So that's why I'm starting here. Like I mentioned that yesterday. So I said it was during when I lost connection. I said if you do see this part ahead, it's that the recording was saved. But if you didn't, I'll just start over again. So I checked the once the internet came back, I checked. I skipped towards the end, and all that was recorded. So no issues there. So let's just get started because I gotta go through 2 characters today. I gotta finish Taishisa, and I got to do Ganing. I think it was Ganing I was doing next. If it wasn't, I apologize. I could have gone through Lu Xun's video to see who I said I was gonna do in the order. I think I said Ganing. I do like Ganing. Don't get me wrong, Ganing's pretty cool. But out of all the characters, I prefer Lu Meng over Ganing, me personally. So that's why I am doing Liu Meng. I'm not doing Liu Meng next. Liu Meng. And Sun Jian, I don't really care too much about Sun Jian. He's a one of those mech characters because he always dies early on, so I never really form a connection with him. So that's why whenever I'm guessing Sun Jian is gonna be like the Zhuge Liang and Sima Yi of Wu, where once we complete 3 characters, that's when we get him. So I'll do him because again I don't really care. He always that I think in Dynasty Warriors he was always like one of the he always did like in the second battle, not second battle because second battle is usually Hulao Gate. Unless it's like they do like multiple segments. Because there's one Dynasty Warriors, I forgot which one it was, where they do segments where it's like they're like 3 yellow turban battles taking place in 3 different fronts. So, but like in general, the battles, Hulao Gate's usually second. Overall battles, not like in segments. If they're not in segments, yellow turban's usually always first, followed by Hulao Gate. So, but he usually dies like in the 3rd or 4th battle. I feel like again I haven't played all of them, so I can't definitively say. Oh, definitely he always dies in the 2nd battle or the 3rd battle or 4th battle. It's just figuratively. What I'm trying to remember which one of his death was the one that I liked the most. There's one of them because I haven't seen all of them. I can't say. Oh, definitely this one. Are you okay? Yeah, I can kill you. There we go. And I hope to God I can find an axe. I can't kill you just yet. I gotta see if you got any. There it is. Alright, do you have any Fang Chu? Hugh Zen. Alright, I gotta find Hugh Zen. But he didn't have any people with him, so I can kill him. Alright. Nah, I'm not feeling all that great today. I've been thinking a lot. It's been hurting my brain. No, I'm just joking. No, but they're just like, I'm getting frustrated with a whole bunch of stuff because I really want to. There's stuff I really want to do, but I don't have the money to do it, and it's like really frustrating because I'm like, I really want to do this, but I can't, and it's just frustrating. If it's good or not, I don't know because to me it's good, but to other people it might not be good, right? And I was looking at the prices of some of these things I want to do, and they might not be too bad to certain people, but when you're already tight on money like me, it's kind of one of those just like do I save up? But if I do save up and it doesn't come out good, it's not gonna be, I'll be disappointed I just wasted that much money just on something that turned out not to be that good. And I'm not one of those people where if I get mad, I'm like, oh, I want my money back. Like, I usually just take the loss. So, and it's probably a bad habit of mine. But like I've done it. It's happened before, where I hired I was still heavily writing books at this point. It was during the new year. I specifically told myself, I said, okay, I'm gonna hire an editor because I'm not good with literature. I'm gonna hire an editor to go over my work and fix it, and and do it like that. So I found a guy. He looked promising. He had good reviews and everything. So I hired him. I hit him up and said, hey, I got this done, but I'm not really happy with it. And then I told him like kind of what I wanted, exactly what I wanted. So so I wanted him to kind of like to rewrite it in a way, but like not so much because again I already finished everything, right? But I wasn't really too happy with the outcome, and it might be one of those things where I heard someone say you're never really satisfied with your work. So you like every time you read it, you're gonna want to make changes. I heard that. I don't know how true it is, but and I said, hey, like okay, this is what I got, but this is like kind of what I envisioned. I changed certain parts because I just didn't know how to work it at the time. Maybe you could think of something, and yeah, and I want it. Damn. And I want it to be about this long. So I don't want it to pass a certain length. So on the off chance that you do, like if you do work on it and you add the parts that needs, I don't want it to go past this part if possible. If you pass it, it's fine. Maybe I could go over it and I could think of what to add or what to take away. And he's like, okay. Not only did they rewrite my whole story, which I did not want, they left out certain parts that were kind of essential to the story. Like I feel like they didn't even read the story; they just read like a summary. Like I can't confirm this, and I'm not throwing shade at them. I feel like it's like they threw the whole story in ChatGPT and said, "Give me a rough summary of what the story's about," and then they rewrote everything based off of the summary. Because there are certain things I told them in there. Like I don't want to reveal too much, but there's certain things that I wanted mentioned at the end because it was supposed to be like one of those cliffhanger shot kind of things for the end of the chapter. This is a chapter, not the prologue, because I usually do prologue first. So at the end of the chapter, I wanted a reveal, like, oh, you got to do X, and you're like, wait, I got to do X, and he's so shocked because he's never done. He's not that popular, so he's never done X, and sorry, the dryer's done. I'm not drying anything with my mom, but and he put that in the middle, and then the rest is just like, and then he does it again at the end, and it doesn't make sense. I'm like, it was really disappointing, and it cost me $200 to hire that guy, because I never hired like a professional guy, right? I always hired like small nobodies to do it, and they did better work than this guy, and he's like, how like. And he wanted me to quote the price, which to me is always kind of a red flag if you want me to quote a price, because they're like, oh, like how high, like maybe I'll charge lower, but if they give me a higher rate, I'll go with that, something like that. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying all of them do that. I just like that's how I feel. Like my experience with that, like that's how it usually is. So I always tell whenever people tell me that, I usually just tell them, hey, I don't know how to this. I don't want to charge you wrong. So so when he did that, I lowballed it. I said, hey, how about like 100? And he's like, then he's like, usually I do 200, and I said, okay, I didn't want to highball it, so I was kind of glad, but I still thought that was a bit high again because I never done it before, and again, I'm not shitting on the profession. It's just I never done it before, so I wasn't, you're always skeptical when you do something for the first time and you don't know. But I trusted him. He had good reviews, and he said he's done lots of things. He's worked with a lot of authors before, and he had good, like I said, he had good reviews. They didn't look fake. They could have been. Maybe he went above and beyond. But everything seemed legit for me. So, and then just the work. It's like if I did the work, it almost, and there was a lot of mistakes too, like vocabulary mistakes that I pointed out. And I always say I'm not good. I'm not the best when it comes to vocabulary. Like I did not pass literature at a satisfactory level, right? And there was obvious mistakes of just reading it. Like some words were misspelled, which again it could have been. The words misspelled. Okay, I guess he kind of confirmed that he didn't use ChatGPT, but it's like it would be like. Alright, so like I was gonna say it would be like if English wasn't his first language, which wouldn't be a problem with me if I didn't hire the guy for the work to be professionally done, right? Like I wanted all the words to be corrected, punctuations, all that stuff. That's what I was going for. That's why I hired you. But punctuation wise, I mean, maybe he did some mistakes and I just couldn't notice. I just didn't notice it. But there was a lot of errors, obvious errors for me. Which again, I hired you for professional wise. So, like if you were like just a co-author, just to like help me for places and English was not your first language, that would have been fine. Because for me, it would be more about your creative idea rather than your literacy level. Because again, my literacy level is not that great, so I don't mind if I was talking to someone like me with my literature level, but had a great mind, right? That makes sense. So, but he was saying, oh, he wanted to work with. I made the mistake in telling him that what I wanted to do was a series. So the reason why I said that is because I said, hey, like I'm looking for someone for a long time, right? For long form, and he kept bothering me. Like after the work was done, and I was disappointed. I told myself, hey, I'm not gonna hire. I told myself I didn't tell him. Like, hey, I'm not gonna hire. I'm not gonna hire him again. And he kept bothering me for about a month and a half. Saying, hey, when are we gonna do the next one? And I just said the excuse, hey, some financial stuff came up, and I got to deal with that. And which that's not 100% a lie. I did have financial stuff come up, and I did not have the money to pay him another $200. But and still right now, I am still a little bit in a financial issue, not trouble. Like I just can't splurge how I used to splurge before, and that's fine. But that's fine. And but I'm just saying, like, even if I had the money, I don't think I would have hired him again, just because it was not at a satisfactory level. And I feel like a bad person when I do that, and I just hate it. So that's why I'm hesitant about all this, like trying to hire the people. And I'll tell you the prices of what I'm looking for. I can tell you what I'm doing. The songs I want them to come true. So I want to hire a songwriter slash like I'm thinking about doing a 2-for-1, hiring a person who can make music and hiring someone who could write songs, and we could just kind of like do a twofer. Um, Knock out two birds with one stone. And the guy I found, one guy I found, I looked up per genre, because I don't want to hire like a rap artist, and then make a historical song. So I had to be careful who to hire, and I found someone who seems like he'll be good. He does both songs and lyrics. He's charging 150. And again, I don't know if that's a good price or a bad price because I've never done something like this before. But I see like a lot of people up in that general area price. Not exactly 150, but like in the like over 100. Like the lowest I saw was 90 for composing music and for writing songs. And I'm not necessarily looking for a ghostwriter. I don't mind crediting other people. Like if a song has multiple people. I really hate the special. Like if multiple people help make a song and they want credit, I don't mind. I just want them to do the job right. And again, because of that, well, like I said with the novel, I'm afraid of just trusting the wrong people again and just being scammed in a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I still like that, and that's not including the historian about the Romance of the Three Kingdoms to make sure everything's done right. Now that's just a guy and just trusting him that he'll know what to do. Oh, hold on, guys. I gotta do something real quick with my dog. I had to spray something on my dog real quick. Nothing bad. She's scratching herself, and I don't know if it's fleas or anything, but I have this thing that you spray on them to kind of like, if it is like fleas or ticks or anything like that, it should kill them. But I gotta go to the store probably tomorrow and get some shampoo so I could bathe her and give her her medicine. I also gotta buy the medicine because we ran out right when winter was starting. So any fleas or anything, I'm pretty sure they died off, because of the cold and everything. But now that summer's starting to come, and spring, now the spring's here, and summer's going to be coming soon after that, I'm pretty sure they're going to be back in bloom. So for the meantime, just spray that just for temporary satisfaction, and then I'll give her a bath and get the medication and put the medication on her. And she hates that spray for whatever reason. So when that, she was trying to hide underneath the computer table, so I grabbed her by the back of the neck and like the fur, and I didn't have to pull her. Luckily I grabbed her in time, and I just held on to her, try to get her head up, but she didn't want to, so I had to twist the bottle sideways, kind of like when you hold the gun sideways, and like you do in the movies. I had to do it like that, so, and spray her, and she didn't whine or anything, so I'm just glad I didn't accidentally hurt her, because I hate when I grab her like that and then she starts whining, because she has loose fur, she had dogs that have that flap, the loose kind of flap in the back of the, or in their whole body generally. It's not necessarily in the back of the neck. Sometimes whenever she moves, I accidentally grab it and it hurts her, and I hate when that happens. So I'm just glad I was able to do it how I did it, so it didn't hurt her. They're over here. South side, we can't fight and do boo. And I've been thinking about what to do with my YouTube channel, because right now I'm just uploading old video games and also live streams from this that I'm doing. But what else can I do? Because I've been, there's some other people that do reaction channels, reaction content, and I've thought about doing that, but I'm not but I don't know. I know they say, the people who do that, they say the reaction channel, the reaction slop, what they call it. If you want to do it for revenue, it's not really that good, because they said why. I can't tell you exactly why, and I don't want to put words in their mouth. But it is good for if you want to grow an audience in a way. But at the same time, just because you grow an audience reacting, that doesn't mean they're gonna watch your videos when you're streaming, because they're there for the reaction, not your gameplay. So there's that. But I know there's also other YouTube channels that do reaction to anime, and that might be that is something I would like to do, but I don't know that much about the copyright and all that stuff. I know some other reaction channels that actually had to stop reacting to certain animes because of the strikes that they get, and I don't want that to be my channel, so I'm hesitant to even do anime reactions. If I was popular enough, I would love to do watch-alongs where where you have a timer and you and your community watch anime together, or movies. I would like to do that, but again, I don't have a community. The thing about being a YouTuber, VTuber, PNG tuber, it doesn't really matter what kind of tuber, as long as it's a tuber. It's really luck, because you could be the most talented person in the world, but if you don't have luck, there's a chance you will never make it. And then there's people who are I don't want to say dog shit, because I feel like that everyone is talented in something. That's why I don't want to say dog shit, but if they're not that. Alright, so alright, let me do it like this. Let's say there's a person with the angelic voice, they sing really, really good, but their YouTube channel only has 200 subscribers and viewers and whatever. Let's say they live stream. But they only have 200 viewers. And then there's this one guy who, he doesn't take singing seriously, and he does not sing good, but he's funny. And like when he sings, it's funny. And not ha funny, but like like he can't sing or anything. And then he has 2,000 viewers. Like again, that's not based off of anything I've actually seen. That was a harsh example. Emphasis on the harsh. But like stuff like that does and can happen. And like, what do? Right? Like, because you don't want to hate on the guy who is bad at singing because he's just doing whatever he does, right? And but at the same time, you can't really blame the viewers, like saying, oh, it's the viewers' fault that they're subscribed to that, because that's just maybe they were just randomly recommended, or maybe one of their friends sent it, and that's why it's like all about luck. And I'm not saying I'm the person with the angelic voice. Like, I'm not saying that's me. That was just a harsh example of something that can happen and probably does happen. That was just I'm just one of those where nobody knows me. So I mean, it's fine. I can't, like, while I would like people to notice me, everyone will. But it's gonna be one of those things where I just gotta either keep going or give up. I was gonna say give up trying, but I don't know why I just stopped at give up. But I know why I stopped, because I was thinking, like, I don't know if give up is technically the right word I want to use. Because there's people who say, oh, don't give up on your dreams. But at the same time, you do gotta know when to call it, right? Like, if you're streaming for 10 years and you got nothing, like should you really keep going? Like, oh, maybe next year. What if that next year never comes? I think for me, the best advice I ever got for people who wanted to be VTubers or just like stream in general is don't go at it full throttle, right? Do it as a side job, like that's why, like, as a hobby. Do it as a hobby. So that's why I'm doing it as a hobby. I could easily just quit my job and just start streaming all day, but I'm not gonna do that because that's stupid. I still have my job, and does my job prevent me from playing longer? Of course it does. I would love to finish Dynasty Warriors 2 by the middle of this month, but reality, I'm probably not gonna be able to do it. So I'm not gonna quit my job. I'm just gonna keep doing this as a side hustle, I guess. Can it really be a side hustle if you don't make any money? All right, I'll stop riding the horse. So many people. Damn. I sent her flying. Oh, there it is. And I know I saw a full Musou bar. Guys, stop it. Alright. Did I hit her when I wasn't even trying to? Oh, axe. There we go. I love the axe. If she doesn't like Dongjuo, why doesn't she just like leave the army? Like, they're losing. They could be like, hey, I don't want to work with him anymore. Can I work for you guys? I don't know. And I'm only basing that off of what she says. Please do to me what you did to Dongjuo. Is she just massively loyal? It could be. Oh no, my bodyguard. I saw him die. I tried grabbing some health. I tried looking for health. Damn, my other bodyguard died. Damn you, Dongjuo! Can't wait till Taishi is over. I really hate him. Move wise, not as a character. I like him as a character, I just hate his moveset. His special especially. When you first use it, the first two people you hit, they're just gone. You're not hitting anyone anymore. Sometimes I kind of wish that this window was just slightly bit faster, not like 1.5 speed. Like go faster about 0.5 speed, just because I don't want to hit X. I did one time and that was an accident. I'm probably gonna try not to do too much in this fighting. I know I'm saying that, and I always say that, but I'm probably just gonna try to focus more on gate captains and generals and leaving, just because I want to get over with Taishi as fast as possible. So, and again, I always say that every time I'm playing with some new character, I'm going to try not to do this. I'm going to try not to do this, and I almost never do it. But I'm not even gonna. Oh, look, Sun Jian. I just noticed he's on this map. I never even noticed him. I always thought like, is Sun Jian in this map? Or like when I found out that he's an unlockable character, I said, could you never fight him with any other character when you're doing, you know, once Hulao Gate and Yellow Turban and when all that's finished, and you got to fight the other factions, you always see Cao Cao, Liu Bei, and Sun Quan. I always wonder, Sun Jian, he is unlockable. Was he in any other battles? And I just never looked at our roster to see that there is Sun Jian, which makes sense, right? He, like I say, at the first two battles, he is the leader of Wu, and I think he's dead by the time Chi-Bi happens. So, yeah. With the battle of Chi-Bi, the red skies will burn. That's not how the song goes. It's just what I'm just saying. I'm just being a dickhead.
Wu will fall before my might.
If I might make a suggestion.
You mean this?
I mean, I can sing part of the lyrics for the Battle of Chi-Bi if you want me to.
The Alliance had destroyed the ambition of Dongjuo. Still, the Han remained powerless as each lord began to dream his own dreams of conquest and power. Chief among these was Cao Cao. He gains control of the Emperor, defeats Yuan Shuao, and wins control over most of the north. In 208, Cao Cao began his southern campaign. He easily gained control of Jing and continued on towards Yang, the land ruled by Sun Quan. Sun called up his elite naval forces to thwart the invasion. However, he was still vastly outnumbered. Zhou Yu commands the defense. Victory or death, the defense of Wu begins.
Did I skip the cutscene? I'm just now noticing. I'm just because I was bringing up the lyrics, and I'm just not thinking. Did I skip the cutscene? And I'm gonna read part of the lyrics. I'm not gonna tell you what part, but it's not gonna be that long. It's just 4 lines. The river breathes, the restless wind, the current whispers low. No blade has crossed the silent night, yet fate begins to flow. That's all I'm gonna read. And if I did skip the cutscene in the beginning, I apologize. I didn't mean to. I was really paying attention. I was gonna say that they're gonna give me a horse, but I forget you can't bring horses on the frickin' map, on the boats. I mean, I'll ride my horse to this point, and I already gotta get off. So, Shahodun already. He looks so weird. For a minute he looked like Sao Sao. I'm like he just, not weird as in like ugly weird, or just like weird as in like I thought that was Sao Sao, and I know that Xiaoho doing. I've been on this map plenty of times, so I don't know why I'm assuming that was anyone but Xiaoho doing. The river breathes, the restless. Oh, wow. See, like that's another thing I hate. Like I have the song, the lyrics in front of me, but I always pronounce it wrong. I'm the one I fucking wrote it, but even then I still pronounce it wrong. So and that's definitely a challenge I have. But it's a challenge I'm pretty sure can be overcome the more I sing it. It's like one of those a phrase where you just say it over and over and over again, and eventually you'll get it right. But at the same time, no matter how many times you say something, sometimes like there's always, like the possibility of your voice cracking. There's always a small chance you could fuck it up. The river breathes the restless wind, the current whispers low. No blade has crossed the silent night, yet fate begins to flow. When we were writing that one, I tried to think of like a whole bunch of river puns. But I didn't use, just because I thought of river puns does not mean I used them all. Right? Like again, flow. When fate begins to flow, rivers flow. So you know. And I believe that there was a part where I actually believed Chibi was a C. You know, the battle of Chibi was like they were at the part of it was. There was a point in time where I thought the Battle of Chibi was taking place like at a coastal of the sea. So there was a part in my song where I said the fire dance on open sea. I forgot how I worded it exactly right now. I could look at it because I had to change it slightly, but then I was doing a bit more research, and no, it's still it's a river, not a sea. So I had to change that, and I had to change some words to make it not as bad. I don't think I just changed the word from sea to river. I think I took out a word in there, and maybe added a new word, but don't quote me on that. Again, I don't want to sing the whole thing right here because my singing sucks. Oh, I got that just in time. Xiaoho Yuan. Is over here. Or someone's over here. I don't know if it's specifically Xiaoho Yuan. Oh. Alright, they went this way. It is Xiaoho Yuan. Ugh. I feel like if you get knocked down with my special, you should not be able to have the ability to heal. I think this is the first time I actually hit almost everybody with my special. How do I almost hit that many people and no... Oh, there we go. When I do stuff like that, I send them flying, but when they do it, I just get stunned. I am so deep, I'm surprised my... Oh. I'm so deep, I'm surprised my bodyguards have not died. Or maybe they have died. Maybe my bodyguards are dead. I just did not see the message where they died. Honestly, whenever I get my special, I'm just using it to clear the horde. Oh, my bodyguards, they're dead. I never saw my bodyguards here, but one of them finally died. These guys will mess me up if they stay alive. Again, I don't care if he heals every time. I'm mostly just trying to clear the way. And whenever I see health, I gotta get it from my bodyguards. Just I don't know what you're expecting of me. I'm fighting for my life over here. Taishi, just as I expected. I'm glad you expect something from me because I don't expect anything. Ugh. Eventually he'll stop healing, I'm sure. Alright. I defeated enough to know. I defeated enough where I can fight him and kill him. Still, a great warrior was lost in this, unfortunately. We got to a point where my army basically caught up. And I'm kind of hesitant to go in. But at the same time, you know, like, I got to, right? There's two people over here. Oh, wait, that's Sao Sao. Wrong way. Like, well, yes, I do want to go fast, but at the same time, I don't want to be too weak to the point where once we are at the Battle of Hafai, I'm just extremely weak. A lot of people are starting to gather around. Alright, come on, give me health. One more health. Alright, can I make it? I don't think I can make it. Can I at least do it? Oh man, I sent him away. I did not mean to. Okay, he didn't get too much health. Damn it. I'm gonna have to run away and get my special. I got jumped. Right when I literally hit the button to use special. Alright, they got defense up, so that's good. Oh, I didn't even get up. Well, at least I'm getting special, so. Health, not specials. Oof. Wait. I guess he finally ran out of. I kept knocking him down so much that I guess he used all his heals. I saw a meat bun, but probably vanished by the time I got back up. I don't think that's it. Finally, the burning of Chibi. There's still so many people, and I think it's the gate that is bringing in more people, and not necessarily that where I am. Like, yes, where I am is contributing, but the gate as well. Like, I got to go close that gate all the way over there. Like, look how many people are on the map, and just from that gate, look where all they're coming from. They're coming from that gate specifically. Like, I bet I could fight on this corner right here, and I would just get. Eventually, I would hit 1,000. And I know I skipped a lot of people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people died as well. That not on my end. I'm sure. I'm not saying that no people died on my end. I'm just saying that I'm pretty sure a lot of people, enemies that I could have killed, died. And look how fast I'm getting my special. Because I said I'm working on Samurai Warrior songs, right? I've been craving to play Samurai Warrior because I'm making the songs. You know, like every time I'm learning about new battles, I like reading the information about the battles, right? Whenever I'm reading, and I've mentioned this before. I have information already down. I don't retain all that information in my head. So when I go back and rereading it, I read more on it because right now what I have are just footnotes, or they're like footnotes, right? There's still more to the things I gotta learn. You know, there's weather patterns because sometimes I like to put weather patterns, especially if the weather pattern is part of the war. And the reason why this actually started it actually started with the Battle of Chibi. That's like where it originated from because I knew the winds. Blowing in a certain direction was like a big factor in Chibi, right? Because at that time I was thinking, oh, the winds, you know, Zheng Liao, Zhuge Liang. Why do I call him Zheng Liao? Zhuge Liang, you know, like he prayed and the wind started blowing in a different direction than they normally do. And so when I came up with that concept, you know, I'm like, okay, the winds contributed, right? So that's why I mean, like, I do more research. So like time, weather-wise. Well, first I looked up if the weather was part of anything decisive. Um, Another part, this one I did not know because I did not know that much about it. Like Chibi is one of my favorite battles, so I knew about it. Another one that I didn't know, or another one that had the weather affected, and I talked about this before, but didn't know about at the time was Fawn Castle. You know, the storm came and made a flood at Fawn Castle, and that was a big contributor to that war. So that's why and it's actually Fawn Castle that made me look up weather patterns specifically. Like just the chibi and the winds there, that came kind of gave me the idea. I'm like, okay, well this can happen, and I didn't really write it as coincidence. I just thought it was like one of those freak accidents kind of thing. Like as a kid, you know, you thought, oh, maybe he did it. When you're growing up, you know, he probably just knew weather patterns and like he knew on this specific. I think it was on Dynasty Warriors where he said, one of the Dynasty Warriors where he said that, but like, or someone asked him like, did he really call the heavens, or he just made a comment saying he just knew the winds were gonna blow in a different direction this day. So like his prayers really didn't do anything. Speaking of Zheng Liao. But it was Fawn Castle that made me like, okay, well, sometimes weather does help out. And there's actually a real life event to. And I'm saying like this wasn't based on real life. Well, I mean, we don't know how real life the Romance of the Three Kingdoms was, but there was a real life history event that I just can't remember of. But it was basically like there was a part of war that. A whole bunch of ships got caught up in like a storm in the sea, so the whole fleet could not be there. And they said, you know, if the whole fleet was there, it could have went a lot differently. So, and I just now remember that that's not something I took into account. It's just like just realizing, like, yeah, you know, sometimes weather does affect stuff in war. So that's why I'm very weather conscious now. Whenever I'm studying something, like, okay, what time of year did this take place? Okay, it took place during this. And I also noticed something. There is a lot of burning in the Samurai Warriors. Album that I'm working on. That's what I'm calling it. I guess I could call it the Sengoku era album. You know, reading specific battles, there's a lot of fire going on. The temple, I think it was a temple. I can't remember because I worked on a couple other songs by this point. I want to say temple because it was like a religious figure. But Mount Hiei, they burned that down. Honoji, they burned that down. That's where Nobunaga was killed, or he committed seppuku. And just fire, minor battles here and there, they have fire. So fire was really, really used in that period. And those were just the two examples that were in my head because they were so significant. But there's more. Like, if I just look at it, if I go through it, you know, the first battle that I wrote, I don't think they had that much fire, if at all. It was mostly just like a kind of stealth attack. Did I lose both my bodyguards? Damn. I thought one of them was still alive. I never saw when the other one died. And I still have only 2 bodyguards. Can you believe that shit? Oh, wait. I'm going to be in the middle with Taishi C. I could prevent Liu Ming's death unlike last time. Wait, Hafai's next? Oh yeah, the Battle of Yiling's last. My bad.
Preparations have been completed. We are ready to march. We must put an end to Cao Cao once and for all. You have your orders, Gan Ni.
No. I was drinking water, so I wasn't prepared to skip this scene. Please don't tell me it's frozen completely. Please. Okay. It just restarted, so I guess I'm gonna have to skip that cutscene now, going forward.
The naval forces of Sun Quan deal Cao Cao a major defeat. Cao Cao is forced to relinquish even his recently won Jing as he is driven back north. The real benefactor of this battle is Liu Bei. As Cao is driven back, he gains control of southern Jing. He later moves to Shu and builds his forces. In the year 215, Sun Quan and Liu Bei plan a joint attack on Cao Cao. They agree to move north, Sun Quan to Hefei and Liu Bei to Hanqiong. Sun Quan gathers 100,000 men and personally begins the invasion. In Wei, Cao Cao is informed of the attack and personally leads his army to repel the invasion. He swears to repay Sun for his humiliating defeat at Qi.
Alright, so that's always something I was wondering about. Wonder about. Is it actually Sun Quan or is it Sun Quan? Like Soon? That I always again when I was younger, I always pronounced it as Sun because that's the only iteration I had at the time. But as I got older and realized that not all names were pronounced correctly, I started pronouncing it Sao Ren. Let's see, Sao Ren, Sao Hong. So Sao Hong somewhere here. So I started pronouncing his name when I got older, Sun Quan. So I don't know how do you pronounce it? I say so a lot. I'll probably take a shot every time I say so. So, and they're dead. Who was I looking for? Sao Ren? Not Sao Ren, but a Sao something. Sao Hong? Oh, you're someone else completely. Okay. Maybe they're down here. Alright, who are you? There, I found you. I missed, but that's fine. Let's get them. A guy really went flying all the way over here. That's stupid. I'm about to shoot an arrow at you. There we go. I kind of want to get closer to my horse. At least I think that's my horse. Okay. I'm so glad I missed. Alright, got the sword. Now, get back on my horse, and we're gonna go fight Sauron. Alright, sneak attack. I'm here, I'm back. Oh, damn. He's like phased through me. Ah. I like it. I like the 1v1. Okay, there we go. It said he's defeated, but why did I get health restore? I was so confused for a minute. Oh, gotta get this for my bodyguards, cause God knows they need it. All right, hold up. Who's that? Eugene does not have any people with him. Okay. So once I find, let's go take over this first because my experience is gate captains equal you'll be flooded with enemies. All right. Now that he's taken care of, now we can go Eugene. I was disappointed yesterday when I was doing some research. I think I talked about this, and if I did, well, I'm just talking about it again. But if I didn't, it's something I could talk about. I'm disappointed with a character I was researching, because this whole time I kind of shipped them together, and I find out that they were never even romantically involved. Which I mean, that's how headcanons do that, but like the game heavily shipped them, like or like always had like the pairing together. So it kind of like maybe something happened between them. So I was like, oh well, maybe even if they weren't a thing, maybe like they were really close allies, and just like the ending, I don't really like. I didn't like the ending on the real life in the real life version. Not I don't know about Samurai Warriors. It does have to do with Samurai Warriors. I don't know about Samurai Warriors. So it has to do with Lady Kai. I don't know. It said what her name was, like Kaihime, something like that. But they call her Kai for short. And all right, so one reason why I found her interesting is because so people don't pronounce my full name. They don't say Kaito. They just call me Kai, right? Like, hey Kai. And so when I found her, I'm like, oh, and I know Kai is not necessarily a guy name, right? So like I knew girls can be called Kai too, and especially also if it's an abbreviation like Kai Hime, like that's understandable. So I'm like, oh, cause she has my nickname Kai. So I'm like, okay, I like her, right? So I wanted to do, and this was recent again. And I'm like, okay, well, I want to know what she is, because like in Samurai Warriors 3, that's where she made her introduction. She was paired with Yukimura, like they're almost always together. So I thought kind of like maybe they had like a fling going on, and if it wasn't a fling, it was maybe like just close allies, and like a business relationship in a way. So I start doing some research, and I was saying, is she based off of a real person? Because Kunoichi, the female ninja that's always with Yukimura in Samurai Warriors 1, not in 2, which pissed me off, but she comes back in 3, I believe. Kunoichi, she's not based off a real person. That's just on a myth that the Sanada clan had female ninjas employed. So that's kind of what she represents. And I do also know people ship Kunoichi and Yukimura together. But whatever. So that's why I was looking to see if Kaihime was like Kunoichi. And I do like that's her name. Her name was just straight up Kunoichi, female ninja. I looked up to see if Kunoichi is not Kunoichi. If Kai was a real person, or again, kind of even if she wasn't a real person, maybe they were like a kind of like Kunoichi was, where it just represents like a faction. He pushed me into it. It scared me. I thought my game broke for a minute. I legit got scared. I don't know if you can hear my voice. I stopped because I just got scared. I'll save it in case something happens, but I doubt it. All right, don't. Okay, I think this is the thing I skipped last time. So many cutscenes all in one. Another cutscene. Did I pick up? No, the sword's like right underneath the horse. Alright. I was hoping for a attack up 30. But this is fine. Y'all saw that? That was awesome. Just a constant. That was awesome. It did kind of scare me a little bit as well, because I just heard like in my headphones. I did not see what that was. I turned my headphones. I'm like, oh great. But I was talking about Kai, Lady Kai. So I didn't know if she was maybe based off of. Damn, turn around, Taishi. I didn't know if she was based off of maybe a faction, kind of like Kunoichi was. And so apparently she was based off of a real person. And I'm like, okay, cool. So what is her relationship with Yukimura? Attack up plus 10? I am strong. That reminds me of a meme. That hopefully I don't forget what I'm talking about because I have a bad habit of that happening. But there's this meme I saw on Instagram where it's a magical girl. It's from an anime. It's this magical girl who she's doing like a play or something, right? And they're like, oh, well, she's here, like, you know, she's gonna get them. And she puts on, it's like she's super embarrassed, and she reaches into her, not blouse, like into her outfit. I forget what part of the outfit she reaches in, and pulls out some brass knuckle, and she starts punching all the bad guys. And she's like, every time she punches someone, she's like, fuck, oh, fuck you. But damn, that's a, nah, this is what I like. And at the end, she's punched like 4 different people, and she's standing on top of Paion bodies, and it just like that, the white wide eyes and like the jagged teeth, and she's like, I am strong. But I still remember what I was talking about. I just don't know why I was like what reminded me of that. But anyways, oh no, the tackle plus 10. That's what reminded me of. And me, that the tackle plus 10 made me stronger. I am strong. I'm not gonna remember to find it in the post to find that clip and just like put a cut to it. Just the part where she's like, I am strong. Sometimes I wish I had like an what is it called? Sometimes I wish I had that board that we play sounds when you hit a button. Soundboard. There we go. And just have that line like, I am strong. Whenever that'll autoplay whenever I get attack up, anything higher than 8, so which I think is only 8, 8 and higher, which I think is only 8 and 10. I don't really remember when I was playing as Lu Xun. I don't even remember getting. I don't even remember getting a attack up 10. I was about to say, I swear to God, if I prematured this and hit nobody, I will be so pissed. But alright, going back to Kaihime. Alright, so not only was she not I was gonna say romantically, but not only was she not really involved with Yukimura Sanada like that, if they interacted at all, I don't really remember if they had any interactions, but she ended up being the concubine of I think it was Hideyoshi who she ended up being the concubine of, and that is what made me sad because I don't really care too much about Hideyoshi. You know, he's one of those characters. He's not my favorite character. You know, my favorite character again, Yukimura Sanada, and I also like Nobunaga Oda. Those two, I'll say those two are my favorite characters. And so when I like, you know, in the male side, because I like Kunoichi more than I like Nobunaga Oda. She's my favorite. She's my second overall favorite character. But for females, it would have been Kunoichi and it would have been Lady Kai. Now, I'm not saying this is not going to make her my favorite character. It's just saying that I wanted a better ending for her, you know. Like, okay, so it's not so much as that she is who she ended up being in a relationship with. It's that she's a concubine. Like, she was like a warrior, a brave warrior, right? And just to be reduced to a concubine, like damn, not even a wife. Which, at that point, I don't think you could have multiple wives. Because Yukimura had concubines, too. So, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not like, dissing on concubines or anything. It's just that, like, I didn't want her specifically to be a concubine. I wanted her to be a wife. I don't care who it was to. It could have been to the ugliest warlord or person at the time, like, design-wise. It could have been the ugliest person, and I would have preferred her be a wife rather than a concubine. Cause again, respect on her name, right? She was a brave warrior, and once her clan fell, something like that. Again, it was yesterday, and I can't remember all the information. You know, she was reduced to a concubine to Hideyoshi, and if it's not Hideyoshi and it was someone else, it does not negate what I said. it, even if it says she was a concubine of Yukimura, I think I'll still be a bit upset because again, I don't want she was when I found out she was a brave warrior, right? You know, I kind of wanted her to have a better ending. So if it said she was a concubine to Yukimura, I would probably still be upset at that because I would have again probably because I can't say for certain, but more than likely I would have been upset because I would have liked her, you know, strong warrior, you know, be someone's legal wife. But going to legal wives, and I don't know if this is 100% sure because I did not look this up. Is the Monkey King Hideyoshi? Let me look it up because I don't want to get the wrong person. Again, I when I was talking about Hideyoshi being when I was talking about him. It looks like it is. Okay, yeah. So according to from the images I'm looking at, Hideyoshi is the Monkey King. He has Nene. In the game, Nene was his wife, and I don't know if that is actually true or if that was based off of I did that again. I don't know if that was true or if that's based off of like maybe he married a kunoichi, and that's what that was for. So, that guy's still alive. I actually forgot about him. So, but, so Yukimura. So, Samurai Warriors doesn't have to be 100% accurate, right? Just the battle of Nagashi, right? Where the Taka, oh damn, they died. And I don't think they're gonna drop anything. Just like the battle at, Nagashi. Am I saying it right? I gotta look up my sources now. Alright, hold up. Nagashino. Technically, Nagashi is correct, but it's just it wasn't the full battle. Nagashino. Just like the battle of Nagashino in Samurai Warriors 2, that is a scene that Yukimura would not have lived. So, or he wasn't. He was life up 10. That wasn't a battle Yukimura was there for because he was 8 years old at the time, around. But in Samurai Warriors 2, that is the first battle. That's the opening battle. And not only does Yukimura live, you end up winning that battle because you're Yukimura. So it doesn't necessarily have to be lore accurate. But Yukimura was married. A slight tangent, not really a tangent, a slight note. Yukimura is not his real name. I gotta look this up. This is a while ago. Not Kira. I'm gonna butcher this, and I'm sorry. Nobushige. So Yukimura is like a stage name that they gave him that ended up becoming more popular, like a theatrical, right? Alright, so right here, I'll just read the description. Yukimura Sanada's real historical name was Nobushige Sanada. While widely known as Yukimura, this name was a fabrication popularized in Edo period novels and plays. It was never used in official documents during his lifetime. He was a famed Sengoku period samurai known as the #1 warrior in Japan. So, yeah. But anyways. I hate my brain. I went on a slight tangent and I completely forgot what I was talking about. My ADHD brain. What the hell was I talking about? But I went on a slight tangent for Yukimura. It had to be something Yukimura related. Oh yeah, okay, I remember now. It was the historical battles. Technically it was Yukimura related, just not in the way I thought it would be. Okay, they're still alive. I just don't know where. I think last time they were on the walls. I'll try to stay on this map so I can see them. But so Nagashino, you know, that battle was fabricated, or not fabricated. It was like blown out of proportion, especially in Samurai Warriors 2, because that never, like all that stuff never happened. Yukimura wasn't there, and you don't win it for the Takeda forces. But and they do put wives in Samurai Warriors, right? Lady No, Nobunaga's wife, legal wife. He had concubines too. And I also kind of learned this, but she never had kids, and it was while you can't really prove it, but she was supposedly infertile. Fertile? I gotta spell it out here. No, not futile. Infertile. I'm probably saying it right. Not right. I'm probably not saying it right. I'm probably saying it wrong. Infertile or sterile? I think sterile is for men, and infertile, it might be infertile, is for women, I believe. Again, don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Well, I didn't find any of the generals. And then watch them like they just passed. Maybe they're inside. I think that's him right there. Or that could be one of ours. But, so yeah, supposedly Lady No was infertile, whatever, because she couldn't produce any offspring. But again, or maybe they just never did the deed. Maybe maybe Nobunaga just didn't want to be with her romantically like that, because she never had any offspring. But anyways, that doesn't matter. The whole point of that whole conversation is, so there are like lovers in that. Again, going with Nene. Not sure if Nene is based off of real, or she was probably based off a real person, but I don't know if Nene herself was a real person. But she was supposedly the lover of Hideyoshi, the Monkey King. So how come why don't they put Yukimura's legal wife in there? She was... I am not looking this up because I don't know. I'm stuck. Where's the stairs? Is that the stairs all the way over there? No, Su Zhang Zhang. Alright, Jia. Oh, it just pushed me off. I didn't do that. Whatever. He might not even be on the wall, so I'll just run to the bottom. Yukimura's primary and most recognized wife is that's Sao. Are they fighting? Oh, okay. I thought that was just two names together. All right, hold up. Wow. Was that my bodyguard? Really? Chikurin In, also known as Akihime. So they could introduce a person, you know, to the Sanada clan of the Takeda forces, called Aki, Lady Aki, and that could be Yukimura's lover. Now, what weapon would that? So if I was, again, if I had a voice in any of these, I would love to be one of these. I would love for Aki to be in there, and if they said, okay, what weapon would I give her? I could be wrong, but didn't Kunoichi have dual daggers? So I can't do that. I was thinking of dual daggers, but because Kunoichi is assassin, Kunoichi, a ninja. I feel like she will have daggers. It's been a long time, so if she doesn't have twin daggers, she has at least one dagger. Let's see. A bow. She again. Akio's not a fighter. She like Kunoichi. She at least saw combat. I don't know if Lady No saw combat. I can't say for certain if Lady No saw combat. I don't know if that's what I just said. Nen. I meant to say Nen if I just say Lady No, but the other time, the second time, definitely Lady No. And so Nene, I don't know if she actually saw combat and or if she was even a real person. Lady No. I don't know if she ever saw combat. Why am I going so slow? But again, it doesn't have to be historically accurate. I just want her to be there as Yukimura's legal wife. Now they can have some loving tension. They can have some comedy together. Not comedy, chemistry together. What weapons would I give her? See, like a sword and a pistol sounds like good, but that is Masamune Data's shtick. Maybe size would be good. The Yumi would be good, but I feel like Yumi. Who would use an Umi? I don't know if anyone else uses Umi. The sickle and chain. Hanzo uses that. Shuriken Kunai. That's more like Kunoichi's. Like Tonfa's nunchucks. That's Ling Tong's shtick, and I feel like she again she wasn't really a fighter, but I feel like a Yumi will be like a good fit. But again, I don't know. Bow and arrow characters are not really good for close range combat, so maybe like a modified Yumi where you have blades at the end. There is a alright. So think of Green Arrow and Injustice, the first one, where he has like knives. I think it might just be one knife, but knives like stuck at the end of his bow that he uses that for close quarter combat. So the music cut out. I don't know. Let me see if I could. Okay, yeah, the music cut out in the Twitch end too. So, all right, so oh, music came back. Okay, so like the Yumi, but make it so you can fight close quarters combat with it. So she's swinging it around. So like attach knives to it at the end, so she can swing it around, and make it so like when you do certain combos, she fires some arrows. I think that would be good. I still only got 2 bodyguards. Oh my god, and we're at the last battle. Do a little bit of exercise while I gotta stand up. The battle yielding. We're back.
I'm counting on you, Lu Xun.
Anytime now.
Sun Quan manages to capture Hefei. Liu Bei is also successful in capturing Hanzhong. With this, the 3 countries stand equal in size and strength. However, without the common threat of a powerful way to unite them, relations between Shu and Wu sour. Without warning, battle erupts between the two. In the year 221, Liu Bei leads a large force east to Yiling Castle and makes his camp beside the Changjiang River. Sun Quan, under cover of darkness, plans a surprise attack. With the fates of Wu and Shu hanging in the balance, the battle begins.
Alright, I am back. All right, so yeah, I think the Yumi would be good. The Satsumata, I think someone uses the Satsumata. I would love for her to use the Naginata. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I feel like a lot of people already use that's like besides the katana and all its variations, like the tanto, the wakizashi. I'm probably pronouncing that right. The kochuto, the tachi. Besides those variants, I feel like the naginata is one of the other most. Ooh, the bow and Joe. Maybe a bow and Joe. I don't think I've seen anyone use the bow and Joe. I know Hideyoshi. He uses like the. It's kind of like the bow and Joe, but it's like a 3 segment nunchucks. Oh, what if she uses a matchlock pistol? Not pistol, a matchlock rifle. But no, that's that. What was that one dude's name who uses like the matchlock rifle? See, like it's hard. Of course, I'm not gonna have her carry a fucking cannon. There's already some Dynasty Warriors characters that carry cannons. I'm not gonna do any of that. What is the bohia? It kind of looks like something that would be like a paper airplane that you throw. Why? I'm stuck. There we go. But I couldn't. My horse. It's because my horse has the blue stripe instead of red. That's why he was stuck. Guan Yu already? I thought it was gonna be Guan Ping somewhere here. Let's see, Guan Ping. Alright, got them both down. That's fine. That's all that matters. Ow. You know what? I never even looked at how strong I am now. I am strong. I gotta do this real quick. There we go. Who's that? Is that just red? I think Taishi might be the first character that I've noticed at least to just have 2 bodyguards throughout the whole battle instead of ever going up. Alright, is Guan Yu still alone? Or not still, is he alone now? Guan Ping, Guan... Are those all his sons? I always thought he only had one son. My boy Ling Tong up there. I have a friend who loved Ling Tong. Specifically for the reason that he used nunchucks. He was a big fan of nunchucks. Did Guan Yu not have his red hair? I killed 2 of the 3 guards that he had with him. I don't know where the others went. Oh, is that him? That force is right there? Zhou Yu, do you have any allies? Wei Yan. Is Wei Yan in the room with us right now? Will he be further back here? Okay, nope, those are just... That might be him coming up right now. Yep, it is Wei Yan. I'm just thinking now. I'm still thinking of a good weapon for her. If I were ever to put her in Dynasty Warriors. Something that probably never happened, but it's not going to stop me. Please kill. Damn it. I'm not on that page anymore, so I don't know what weapons. But if no one used the bow in full, I'll probably give her that. But I feel like the Yumi will be the best choice for a person who's not really a warrior. I'm not saying that the Yumi is not a skilled weapon. It is. I went to like I think it was an anime convention that where they have like people. I don't know if it was technically an anime convention. That's why I'm not 100% sure. But they had someone like inside the convention. There anime stuff there, but I don't know if it was just like an actual anime convention or it was just something that was like an anime convention. Maybe it was like a Japanese convention where they just show off some Japanese stuff. Madai. I'm pretty sure Madai is a real character by now. Because I always see them. I always see Madai paired up with Machao, so I'm guessing like they're like brothers. Maybe father and son. But I saw them firing the Yumi. And it looked. I sat there and watched 5 people fire it. So I don't know if they ever made it so like they say, hey, if you want to try it, you go for it. But I did try to shoot a compound bow and that was hard. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, definitely the compound bow is a lot harder than the Yumi because I don't know. I'll leave that to experts who actually know. Oh, well, I got something the wrong way. And now who's that? Huang Zhang. Oh, that's not Huang Zhang. He has nobody, so I'll just kill him. But there, again, another reason why I feel like Umi will be a good choice is because, in anime specifically, the Umi is always like, almost always used by the archery club, and the character who's mostly in the archery club is always female. So I don't know why. I don't know if that is a specific female like thing. Again, I don't know if it, because anime is done by Japanese people, so I don't know if it's a Japanese trait and they see the Umi as feminine. Yumi, I don't know why I said Umi. I don't know if they see the Yumi as feminine, but because I watch a lot of anime, that I also have kind of have that distinction where I feel the Umi is kind of like I lean more towards it being a female weapon, just because of anime specifically. Now, does that mean only women use it? No. What was that one anime where the guy he has glasses? He's kind of awkward. He was summoned by God, but the goddess. She found him hideous, so she didn't want to grant him any powers or anything. So she just dumped him into the world. And another god, something Moonlight, I think. But you probably know what anime I'm talking about. He's overpowered. He also does archery. So yeah, I'm just saying that like mostly when you see like in the archery club in anime, it's almost always a female. I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying all that. Shang Fei, you're on a horse again? I thought I knocked you down. Who did I knock down? Who's this running away? Okay, Zhang Bao. Are you the son of Zhang Fei? I'm just going off the Zhang part. Smoke. That's how I pronounce his name, Smoke. Call you Big Smoke. I have no idea where the weapon went. Found it. Come here. I was gonna check if Zhang Fei. No, that's again Zhang Fei. Okay, I think Yan Yan. I don't know. I probably did not kill Yan Yan. I don't know where Yan Yan is. Is there anyone else? No, just you two. Okay. And I gotta go get the gate captains down here and go around. Alright. Only those two. Oh, three. I think both of them were in that maze. I'm gonna have to look for them. Oh god. And you can't see in that maze. I wonder if you could pause it and you can see where you're at. I don't think so. I think I do remember that. There's a specific... I think it was in Dynasty Warriors 4. It might have been the Battle of Eling, because I remember there's a place where when you go in, you can't rely on your map. Because it vanishes. And it's like foggy. So I believe it has something to do with Eling as well. So I think it's Eling as well. But Shahudun had a specific phrase in that one, which I thought was pretty funny. And when you go into that maze, like I don't know if it's like right when you get into the middle of it, because I don't think it's right when you go in. But if you're playing a Shahudun, and of course we did this in free mode because I don't think I was trying to get no, I remember. We were trying. There was a fourth weapon you had to get at the Battle of Eling, so we were trying to figure out the maze. And we're doing it in free mode with our characters, and we're trying to map out the maze. And alright. Oh, you can't see yourself in the overworld. Oh, that's a shame. But when you get into the maze, Shahudun says, "My left eye is twitching," which I believe it is the eye that is shot out. Where he has the eye patch. So we thought that was hilarious when he's like, "My left eye is twitching," because how can your left eye twitch? Even without an eye, your left eye can twitch. So it's not like how can your left eye twitch. It's more like a funny like throwaway line because he would never be at the Battle of Eling. So it's always funny that they gave him a line like that's like my left eye is twitching. Like, bro, what? Can you destroy these? Or do you just go through it? I'm pretty sure one of the officers under Liu Bei is in these. I just don't know where. But I somehow have to get to the middle. You'll think you have to destroy these. What? Where'd they go? Is that them? There's more people over here. More people over here. Alright, I'll just get out. Let me go up here. And then we go look at this corner. Okay, there's no corner. Alright, I'll just cut through here. Gotta make sure. Ah, that's fine. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Zhuge Liang doesn't have any bodyguards with him, so he can die. Ow. To die or not to die? That is the question. Ow. I knew I saw some health now. I feel the guy should be somewhere here. But it's just Liu Bei. And these guys. How is there still an arrow guy here? Oh, is that them over there? Please kill. Got it. I win. Forgive me, Guan Yu. Zheng Fa. There's this. Ugh. You gotta stand up and stretch, and I'm gonna pee when it's doing the whole cutscene thing. Oh, there's something I wanted to look up. Okay, so apparently it says Yukimura had multiple wives. I thought he had one wife and concubines. I thought he had like 3 concubines. Oh, and the Spirit of Sanada. I have the Spirit of Sanada. I never played it. Oh shit! I just realized something. Oh well. But I'm gonna. I gotta do all this. I just realized I forgot to do something, and it jumps from 2 to 6. Wow. All late. I gotta read too. I heard the Spirit of Sanada is a really good game, and I am ashamed I did not get it during release. I have it, but by that point I was already
The chaos that
on
had
the PlayStation
continued
5.
from the time of the Yellow Turbans was over. The Age of Wu and Emperor Sun had just begun.
Alright, I gotta read. Usually it's always the first paragraph that's always new and specific to the character you play, and the rest is just repeats. And even then, I still can't get it right. Taishi, a man of stern main and principle. His bravery and power with the bow was legendary. He doesn't use a bow. In this, at least. And the annals of Chinese history, Taishi stands supreme. His battle brings Zheng Jiao to heal and end the Yellow Turban Rebellion. He later overcomes the renowned warrior Lu Bu to quell the tyranny of Gong Shuo. He shines at the Battle of Chibi, where overcoming incredible odds, he succeeds in putting Cao Cao to flight. He chases Cao Cao to Hefei, where he is finally able to destroy him. Finally, at Yiling, the last opponent of Sun Rule is defeated. to Sun's rule is defeated. Wu's officer Taishi brought victory numerous times through his superb strategy. He had no equal in the armies of Wu. His selflessness pursuit of Sun Quan's dream ensured Taishi a reputation as a clever and versatile tactician. That last line I think I could get as time goes on, but my frames keep dropping, and I was getting annoyed of seeing the message every freaking time when they annoy. The legend of Dynasty Warriors. All right, now this is gonna play and everything. I'm gonna go pee, so I'll be back. BRB.